how to perform read and write operations from our database, and how to check whether our data is valid or not. Hi, I'm Gaurav from KnowHow Academy. Storing and retrieving are the basic fundamentals of any development process. And also, validation is important to check whether the data which is being stored is correct or not. In this video, we are going to perform read and write operations in our Flutter Flow application, and also we are going to implement validations in our form. So let's start. First, we have our blank page here. So suppose you want to store your first name, last name, email, phone number, and job title in your database. So for that, here I am going in my users collection, and we already have the field email and phone number. So I will create a new field, first name, type string, last name of type string, and job profession. So here we created 3 new fields in our collection, and now we will design our form first. Here in my page, I have created a container, give it a middle alignment, and set the color to alternate. Let me give it a width of 80% and a height of 55%, and I will give it a border radius of, let's say, 20. Now in my container I will add a column here, and in my column I will add our first text field and will name it first name, and also in the hint text I will write first name, and I will give it a border radius of 15 and a border color of primary text. Now I will just align it evenly. Now we have first name. I will create another field here. So for that I will just duplicate it. That will be our last name, email, phone number, and job profession. So let's change their name now. It will be last name, and in the hint text it will be, let me add a space here. The third one will be our email field, and in the hint text I will add email. Next will be our phone number. And the last one will be our job profession. Now after that I will just add a button for saving our data. Save, and the text will be save data. Now we have added our fields and added a button. So before storing, we will first perform our form validation. For that, I will just click on my column and wrap it in a form validation widget. Now in the form option, you can see our text fields are visible here. So for validating, I am just checking and check. And now in the button action, I will select validate form, which will be our form 1. Here our toggle is on terminate if validation fails. Now we have added the validation. Now add another action, which will be update document And here I will select the reference, authenticated user reference. And now I will just add the fields here. We have 5 fields. So first one will be our first name. Second one will be our last name. Third one will be our email. Fourth one will be our phone number. And the fifth one is our job profession. Here I have to select the from variable, and in the widget state I will map these fields accordingly. For first name I am mapping here first name. For last name I am mapping here last name. For email, here is our email. For phone number, let me add phone number here. And for job profession will be our job profession. Sorry, this one will be from our widget state, phone number. And same with our email. So we have added our update document action. So now if I just want to check our data is stored or not, I am just adding a message here, show snack bar, and in the snack bar I will display data has been saved successfully. So we have added our validation and update document action. So let's test it in our testing mode. For that, here I will click run your app in your test mode. So our test mode has started. Now before entering our data, let's just check whether our validation is working or not. If I will let them blank and click on save data, here I am getting the message field is required. So now I will just add name, last name, phone number, and profession. Flutter Flow. So here we saw our message data has been saved successfully. So you guys saw I by mistakenly entered alphabets in my phone number text field. So is there a way to restrict the user from entering alphabets? Actually there is. For that, I will just go to my phone number text field, and here in the filter option I will select digits only, and also I can restrict the length. So for phone number I will set the length to 10, and below is our counter. I will just hide it. And also in my form I can also perform the validation for our email, and here I can set the message invalid email format. Now let's test it. Here I am entering my name again, last name, and I will enter wrong email format. And in my phone number, I am unable to enter any alphabet. And when I enter my phone number, I cannot enter more than 10 keywords. Flutter Flow developer. When I click on save data, I am getting the error invalid email format. So here, now I click and our data has been saved successfully. If you have seen that whenever I click on instant reload, my values are not there in the text field. So to set that, we just need to go in our text field and in our initial value, I will select the option authenticated user and click here on first name for first name, last name for last name, email, phone number, and job profession. Now when I click on instant reload, here our read operation is working perfectly. So you saw how easy it was to implement create and read operations in our Flutter Flow app, and also to implement validation very easily. In this video, we learned how to save and read our data in our application and how to perform complex validations also. Thank you for choosing KnowHow Academy as your IT source. We are always there to help you navigate to the tech world. It's been a pleasure sharing this information with you. So stay curious and keep learning.